Hello, 7th grade Bobcats. Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to another week at Helena Middle School. On this week's Bob lesson, going to kind of continue from last week talking about perception. But on this week's Bob lesson, I'm going to talk about something super interesting called blind spots. And blind spots are things that we all do, whether consciously or unconsciously. I guess more unconsciously, that we don't recognize we're doing, but other people do recognize what we're doing and how we can recognize our own blind spots and grow from it. Hope you guys like this Bob lesson. Hope you guys have a great week. All right, as I mentioned in the intro, this week's Bob lesson is going to be named Blind Spots. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be safe, let's be responsible, let's be respectful, and let's be a learner. All right, before I start talking about blind spots today, I've got to rewind to something I shared with you guys last year. It was my favorite poem called The Man in the Glass. And to review, I'm not going to read this again, but what this poem really is about is it's about personal accountability. This poem talks about how you can be dishonest and you can mislead other people. You can cheat your way to get something you want. You can make excuses and not take accountability for your own actions and maybe get through life that way. But what it's really about, what life's really about, is being accountable to yourself. And yourself is the only person you'll ever really have in this world. And when you got to go home at night and look in the mirror, you can't fool yourself. You know what you did or what you did not do. And this poem was all about personal accountability and challenge you guys to look in the glass every day, look in the mirror every day, be accountable, ask yourself, am I being Bob? Am I doing the best I can in life? Am I putting forth full effort? Well, what happens when we do that? We show high levels of personal accountability, but we're still missing something. There's something there that we don't realize we are doing. That is a blind spot, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. When it comes to life, we have 4 different areas of awareness, and I put this little box together. And let's start in the upper left-hand corner, if you will, and follow along with me. The first area of awareness is things that are known to you and things that are known to everybody around you. An example of this may be that I'm tall. Okay, this is a fact. I know I'm tall. Everybody around me knows I'm tall. Or maybe that I'm grumpy in the morning. I'm not a morning person until I get my coffee. If you've been around me in the morning, you know that it takes me a while to wake up. So these are things that are known to you and known to everybody around you. If we go clockwise and we move to the right upper right-hand box, we have things that are known to you and only you. These would be like deep personal thoughts, deep personal secrets we have, things that we keep to ourselves. Maybe an example of that with me would be, I can't tell you, because then it would move over to the box on the left. But we all have things about us that maybe are very personal, very private, that we keep to ourselves, that nobody around us know, not even our best friends, maybe our boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, parents. Nobody knows those things. And then if we go continue moving clockwise, we have the box in the bottom right. These are things that aren't known to you, and these are things that aren't known to others. This may be like, do UFOs exist? Or are ghosts, is there such thing as ghosts? I don't know. I'm making this up kind of on the fly, but these are things that are completely unknown, that nobody knows about, we don't know about, other people don't know about it. And the box I really want to hit on today is the one in the bottom left, and that's bolded. And these are things that are known to others that are not known to you. And that is something called a blind spot. And part of growing in life and part of evolving in life is becoming aware of blind spots as you get older. This is like a metaphorical thing. This isn't like the eye test that I did in the beginning. And how you find out about these is you talk to people close to you. You talk to a counselor. You talk to friends about it. Hey, how do I come across in certain situations? Or when I'm doing something and it affects your friends and they tell you it affects them and you don't realize you're doing it, maybe you are. And I'm going to talk more about blind spots here and how we can identify those and use those to our advantage to grow and evolve here in a slide or two, because that's what life is really about. I'm a huge proponent of just growing and evolving a little bit every day. You don't need to be there today. You don't need to be there tomorrow, wherever you're trying to get to. but we want to be taking steps forward little by little, even if some days it feels like a crawl or a baby step. We just want to be moving a little bit forward each and every day. Okay, so how can we use this? When we continually make the same mistakes over and over, consider the fact that maybe you have a blind spot that you need to address. What might this be for a middle school student? Well, if you're getting asked to leave class by multiple different teachers and you're swearing up and down that you didn't do anything wrong, maybe you did do something wrong. Maybe you have a blind spot. Maybe you're the common denominator. If you're on a sports team and your coach is continually harping on you about the same thing that you swear you're either doing or not doing, maybe we need to go watch the film, and maybe you need to see and accept that you are doing that and make a change. If your parents are constantly getting on you about the same thing and you think they're harping and you think they're making it up, maybe they're not. Maybe they have a point. Maybe there is a blind spot there you need to address. When you continually have the same sorts of problems in your relationships, consider the fact maybe you have a blind spot that you need to address. I know I've had some friends tell me some things, and when I hear it from one friend and then another friend and then another friend, that must be true. They must have a point. I think in relationships, we do a lot of things sometimes that aren't healthy. We do a lot of things that maybe we don't realize we're doing in both platonic and romantic relationships. And when we have multiple people telling us the same thing, or we have issues that are the same type of issues over and over, there may be a very good chance that you have a blind spot there that you need to address. All right, I'm gonna do some self-disclosure real quick, just to prove to you guys I practice what I preach. These are 3 blind spots that I've had that I'm working on in my life. And the first is I've been told I have a super serious mad look on my face sometimes, and I think this happens when I'm really focused, like when I'm refereeing. I've been told that by coaches, by evaluators, by partners, and so I really need to work on smiling more and putting a smile on my face, basically. I'm not always super approachable, maybe for this reason, and I can be intimidating. I think maybe this is because I'm really tall, and then you combine that with having that serious look on your face. These are blind spots that I didn't realize I had, and so I work on being more approachable by approaching other people, by being friendly, by smiling, by being the first to initiate conversations. Not perfect, but working on getting better. So these are just some real life examples in my own personal life. What will you guys uncover, and what will be some things that you're going to work on to grow and evolve? All right, this week's quote of the week is, "Awareness is like the sun. When it shines on things, they are transformed." Hope you guys like that. All right, let's give away some jelly beans. This week's winners. So the answer to last week's was, how do you fit 100 doctors inside a room that holds 99? Hint, long division was you carry the 1. I made it too hard, so therefore I'm going to reward everybody that had a first and last name and at least made an attempt, because trying in life is very important. So that's Nikolai Edinburgh, Nora Ekdahl, Josie Reynolds, Bailey Storm, Aaron Anderson. Okay, let's get on to this one. What is the next letter in this sequence? We have F, then we have E, then we have I, then we have R. What is the next letter? If you think you know the answer, submit your answer to the Bob Box. Tune in next week to see if you're a winner. All right, Bobcats, let's make it a great week at the Helena Middle School.